Happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if one only remembers to turn on the light. Sorry, students, I had to remember who I was for a moment then. So let's say one of my iconic lines to start the stream today. Because sometimes I go all over the place, and this isn't helpful. Alright. Welcome, classmates. We'll be playing for the third time, and maybe the last time, I'm not entirely sure, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone on the PC, the personal Muggle computer. And the great thing about this game is that it's quite interesting. Welcome there, Z. Glad to have you in class today. First person in class, unless there's anybody hiding at the moment. I'm sure there may be, but I cannot know. Let me just get over onto this. Oh, there are a few people hiding in class. Very good to see. Welcome there. Welcome, students, welcome. A very nice little cat with a heart. Reminds me of Minerva, does that cat. Hello, Herr Master. Hello there. A Hufflepuff, I presume. Welcome to class. Welcome to the stream, as the Muggles would refer to it. First time here. Glad to see you. Welcome, Huffle. Welcome, students. I apologize for the late start today, students. The life of a headmaster can be rather busy. Let's just make sure all the stream information is correct before we continue and give other students time to arrive. Alright. Yes, all looks in order. Hogwarts, yes. There's an Xbox tag that isn't entirely necessary. I will instead place a PC tag just in case. You look awesome. Well, thank you very much. Occulty Sim, welcome to the class today. Glad to have you here. Good evening, Professor. I'm at the grocery store, so I can't hear anything. Well, unfortunate that, but welcome to the class. I don't know, as the Muggles would do this sort of symbol, wouldn't they, if they couldn't see someone and wanted to express their happiness at them joining the class. I think, students, that is only fair. Alright, welcome everyone else. Welcome all. Dumbledore, hello. Hello there, Riley. Welcome to class. Glad to have you present today. Let's just check over here that everything is in order. It appears so. Welcome every student. We'll be continuing with our playthrough of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone today. I know it has been a few sessions already, so we'll be seeing how far we'll get. I can't quite remember whereabouts we were just yet, but hopefully the memories will return to me once we start playing. I don't believe we had yet encountered Fluffy, or of course, Professor Quirrell. And what else have we? We've defeated the troll already, so we must be getting a bit further through. Ah, Huffle, thank you very much for subscribing there. Much appreciated indeed. It really helps out Hogwarts, you see. It does indeed, and also means you don't have to see any ads, which I am told are quite annoying and often pull you out at key moments, which is very frustrating indeed. I am sure. Anything for Hogwarts, well, that is very appreciated. Hogwarts has many things troubling it, as you well know, including a variety of defense against the dark arts teachers who cause many a problem. Maybe I should be a little more careful as to who I hire. However, that isn't always so easy. A viper has snuck in, it seems, and subscribed for 17 months, currently on a 4-month streak. Thank you very much, Viper. Thank you indeed. Viper often sneaks in, forces me to have a bean, and then leaves as quick as he came. I do have a few beans left, however, they are exceedingly old and not very nice. But fortunately for myself, the Muggle recently picked up some Bertie Bott's Every Flavor beans from a new shop that has opened up in King's Cross Station. In fact, I've been told it's been there for some time, but has recently had a refurbishment. The Muggle picked up some bits for a video he is planning himself, a Christmas video the Muggle is attempting to do. The Muggle also picked up myself and Snape and the other professors who will be teaching classes here some Bertie Bott's Every Flavor beans. You could say I am your very own personal Dementor, sir. Well, I wouldn't go that far, Viper, but of course, I don't find eating the beans to be particularly enjoyable. So one could say you are sucking the enjoyment. No, that would be too far. That would be far too far. I don't, of course, like many of the beans, but many of them are rather nice, and I appreciate the reaction, the happiness it brings to my students when I devour a rather not very nice bean. Ha, indeed. Now I want some beans. Yes, let's leave the topic of beans now. Sir, leave it be. Please, the innuendos. Well, the problem is, with the way I tend to speak rather slow and dramatically, it does unfortunately mean every now and again I pause in an unfortunate location and only realize after the fact that I may have said something a little faux pas. However, my cream cheeses, do not despair. This is all intended to be exceedingly first-year friendly. Oh, deadly sneaker. Welcome to class. Glad to have you here. I hope your studies are going exceedingly well. And thank you very much for the 295 bits. A very random number, but exceedingly appreciated nonetheless. And Sarah, thank you as well for the 350 bits. It looks a little more round, being, a 10 divisible by 10. But of course we don't discriminate based on numbers here. Whether or not whether a number is odd or even. I have no idea where I'm going with this. Nipwick, blubber, oddment, and tweak. Clearly. Thank you both very much for the bits, and thank you indeed to the students who have just subscribed and acquired us. A gift, 1 sub for reward. What does that mean? Oh no, that means somebody has to gift us. I thought it meant I could gift a sub. However, I don't think that's quite what that meant. Oh, we've hit the thing. Oh my. Goodness gracious. I just read Deadly Sneaker's comment first, and we'll come on to the celebrations. Indeed, I'm just watching some video about different beings and animals in the Muggle world. What video, pray tell, is that, Deadly Sneaker? I think you may have just accidentally sort of given me a video idea that I may pass on to the Muggle. That was presumably unrelated to what you've just written, but maybe not. And I have to be careful not to steal that. Sadly, the Muggle had a accusation of stealing rather recently from some random commenter. And of course everyone gets me in comments from time to time, but the Muggle's a bit of a fool, so takes everything very personally. As you know, the Muggle did a video going to every Harry Potter filming location. There's somebody else who did a similar thing 8 years ago, but the videos are exceedingly different in almost every respect. I don't even know why I'm bringing it up, but it offended the daft Muggle far more than it should have. Anyway, I appear to be rambling quite a lot, sorry, and Sarah has gifted many subs. 5, I believe. Sarah has gifted 5 subs, so thank you very much, Sarah, for gifting all of these subs. Sam Wires has a sub. Ro, I believe, has another sub. Has been gifted a sub before. Thank you very much, Sarah. Exceedingly appreciated, and that has put us onto a level 3 hype train, which is always nice to see the fancy things do fancy stuff. Unlockable emotes. Sarah is the conductor again of the train, the hype train. So thank you very much. Thank you to all of you students who have contributed to this train, I suppose. I don't know what's going on, but I want to be on the hype train. I'm afraid, Sarah, you are now the conductor of the hype train, according to this This little pop-up thing at the top of my screen. Oh, beasts and animals. I think I read that incorrectly. I was rather foolish. I do apologize. Makes much more sense now. I think I just sort of see everything through a magical lens whenever I'm teaching one of my classes. Insects and how different colonies work together to survive. The Muggle struggle is real. It is indeed. Sir, have we an update on the Muggles' creation of the Hogwarts locations on GeoGuessr? I'm afraid the Muggle is currently working on quite a few different things at the moment. It has put some thought aside to the GeoGuessr. Pardon me. However, hasn't, as of yet, been able to make much progress on it. But will endeavor to do so. Maybe it could make for a nice small little video and can be thought of in that way, like killing two red caps with one Avada Kedavra. Don't tell anyone I said that, actually. I take that back. A hype chest. Chew, indeed. Share. Hype chest on the way. We can share this little sort of... this little... whatever this is, a gift for you. Chew indeed, students. Chew indeed. Alright. I come over here. I think it's time we start work on the completion of this game, which I will hopefully be able to switch to here. There we are, a little background. Good evening, Headmaster. Good evening to you there, Professor Snape. Glad to have you in class with us today. I hope you are well. I hope all you students are well, of course. Right. In fact, before we do that, let me just come over here. All very well and good. Switch over to PC Gaming. And here we have it, and it should recenter. There we are. Very good indeed. Can't wait for Dumbledore to go to the galaxy far, far away. Why would I be going to the galaxy far, far away, Z? What is there for me? Alright. I think I know what you are referring to, Z. I may indeed. A younger version of myself appearing in the galaxy far, far away. Some sort of crew I'll have to put together. Some sort of skeleton crew, one might say, Z. Am I right? Am I on to what you are talking about there? Alright, let us load the game. I cannot remember for the life of me what I was actually up to at this point in the game. I think I recall now. indeed a very good Z. I believe I'm meant to be making my way back out of the library. I'm going to have to find my way past Mrs. Norris, indeed. Not that I believe Mrs. Norris will be able to stop Harry all on her own. But the game clearly believes that. I read somewhere, students, that the reason that you have to go all the way back through the sort of sneaking around level is because one of the developers, or one of the higher-ups, when creating the game, decided they really liked getting through it.
You take that side of the room, and I'll take this one.
So they decided. I've just realized this is coming through my speakers, students, so I'll have to sort this out.
Where is he? Pray I don't find you, my stealthy little student.
They decided that the player would have to go all the way through it again on the way back. Even though, logically, Harry, at this point, and as you had seen if you watched the last stream, has in fact already met up with Dumbledore, with myself, and been to the mirror of Erised. Trying to use WASMD for a moment there, students. Foolish of me, indeed. This is a very interesting one here. Oh my. Just about made that jump. However, it was not easy. Oh dear. Well, I seem to have ever so slightly goofed up. Harry seems to have been scratched on his arm. And that indeed seemed to stop him from being able to move. Fortunately, we can have another shot at that. I think I just accidentally forgot, students, how to jump. I can hear the faint playing of a piano, students. Somebody must be playing the piano in the castle.
We'll catch him, Mrs. Norris. Intruder!
Maybe Potter shouldn't have closed the door behind him like that. There we are. A perfect jump, if you don't mind me saying so myself. And another rather perfect jump. But can we actually get through this? Not entirely sure how we're meant to get through here. Oh dear. Can I just drop it there? I can indeed. I can hear some running.
Where are you, you sneaky slime? I'll catch you. Yes,
It
I will.
appears Filch knew about that. Hopefully I'll be able to sneak on around. Come up to here. Nothing there for me. the other way. Easy indeed. Drop that on there. It didn't look like it actually pushed it down, students, but it appears maybe it has. Wait, what? You mean Dumbledore in a galaxy far, far away? Z is indeed, as Z has put, referring to Jude Law, who plays Dumbledore in one of the film adaptations of my life. He's going to be in Skeleton Crew. Jude Law is in fact in the TV show made for Muggles called Skeleton Crew. Oh dear, it appears I've been caught again by Mrs. Norris, who was hiding around that corner, waiting for her moments to strike. So we need to listen. We need to climb up this again. And sadly, we need to listen again to them closing the door. Or them chatting about the door closing, rather. And then make our way over to that being.
That gate. It makes an awful racket. You take that side of the room, and I'll take this one.
Very nice of Filch to tell us all of this.
Intruder!
At least Filch enjoys his existence.
My stealthy little student.
Oh, what a jump that was. And then here, very good indeed. Oh dear, Filch is just there. But fortunately, we can make our way through here. Before Filch has any idea what to do. I'm too far away to actually put it onto the spot I need to. Oh dear, now I've gone all the way through. There we are. Dumbledore is going to demote Filch if he kept catching his boss. If he didn't stop catching him, indeed. Yes, Filch is being exceedingly irritating, I must say. However, I'll continue through this mission in the hopes that he does not catch me again. Yeah, if I know him, he'll be running to the door exactly now. Maybe not this time. Ah, Mrs. Norris instead is here. Mrs. Norris has quite an insane range on her hearing. Ah, almost caught me up there. Caught me out, sorry. Need to Filch appears to be stuck. Filch is indeed quite stuck at the moment, so this is an exceedingly good opportunity to get through. Very handy indeed. Glad to see Filch struggling so. Right, well, it appears we have not yet made it all the way through. It's very difficult indeed to see where Mrs. Norris is, with her being so incredibly small. Here we are. I'll try and hide from the inevitable Miss Norris. There she is. It was a little bit risky, students, but I had to do it for the memes, I'm sure. You all understand. Filch is still indisposed. Hopefully he remains that way once we have released this. It sounds like Filch may be on the move. There he goes. Not ideal at all. I was hoping he would remain stuck for a little bit longer. I don't know if I'll be able to sneak around if I flipendo that. It appears that did not phase Filch in the slightest. Peeves.
Banished for this.
Very fortunate indeed. Peeves helping out a first year. Not helping out enough, it seems. Not entirely sure what Mrs. Norris will be able to do without Filch being there as well. Alright, we'll have to run around this way. Hopefully make it back and through indeed in time. There goes Mrs. Norris. And the doors have closed. Fred and George Weasley. They really know all the secrets of the castle. Maybe more than even I. Don't worry, Mrs. Norris, there is a secret entrance here. Dumbledore is dumbfounded, but wishes Filch well, and hopes to see him for Christmas next week indeed. Indisposed indeed. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Professor Head. Sir, Peeves probably indeed. Peeves does in fact respect me. It appears Harry is hiding behind Fred and George Weasley, unbeknownst to them. Sneaking up on his own friends now as well. Interesting he would even get on this rather suspicious lift with the pair. But I do very much enjoy this depiction of Fred and George Weasley. It really seems they know this school exceedingly well. I did not intend on going back up. I just wanted to see what would happen if I went back on the platform. I feel I have missed out on some content now. That is exceedingly irritating, and I did not want to miss out. So I feel like I am forced, very unfortunately as well, to head back to my prior save point. Very silly of me to miss out such content, but fortunately, at least, we know exactly what we're doing. That was awkward. They didn't even notice. Indeed, exceedingly awkward. I hope my assertion is correct, and I've not just randomly done this part again for no reason. It was rather irritating having to get through this pit. But I don't want to miss out on valuable Fred and George content of all the games I have played. Fred and George are definitely the most interesting in this game. All of the games myself, the Muggle and Severus Snape have played.
Where is is he? Pray I don't find you, my stealthy little student.
Oh dear. Missed the bean. Oh well. Fortunately, I know exactly what I'm doing with all of this. Here comes Mrs. Norris. We wait a moment for Mrs. Norris to pass by and make our way over here. Traveling through here, students. Quickly do this. Could you unlock yourself when approaching the uncloak yourself? No. I'm afraid the cloak is forced.
Where is he? Pray I don't find you, my stealthy little student.
If I attempt to come this way... not going to work. I need to pass Mrs. Norris without being caught. There we are, quite perfect, I must say. Wait for Mrs. Norris to come to the door. There she is, sprinting along. Mrs. Norris is very adamant in finding this student that is out of bed. If we just sort of jump along, they'll never find us. There we are. And ready to head through the doors. Hopefully Peeves once again will be a distraction. Indeed he is.
Thieves, you'll be banished for this.
And off he goes. And indeed the doors open for him. A shame they do not for us. Well, my aiming appears to be a little bit off. There we are. And through we go. And here appears Fred and George. When was Avatar in Harry Potter? What exactly do you mean by that? Sammy Mack. I couldn't say I have any idea. Alright. Very ominous, this bit of music here. The ghost looked like an avatar. Ah, that was Piers the poltergeist. Here we go again, hidden behind the twins. They have no idea that we are here, it seems. Down the elevator. They know every possible hideaway in the school. Those crafty marauders clearly help with that.
Hey Harry,
Ah.
do you have 25 beans for us?
How are they able to see through the invisibility cloak?
That's it! That's all the beans we need! Thanks Harry, we couldn't have done it without you. Here's a wizard card for you. You've earned it.
Oh, we almost missed out on some rather interesting content, students.
Thanks Harry. We really needed these. Remember, you don't know anything about us collecting beans. It'll be our secret, right? Come on, George. We've got work to do.
I'd very much like to know why they are collecting these beans. It would appear we're unable to cross this point to find out why they're collecting beans. They seem to have some sort of magical barrier in place. Extremely powerful magic. Especially for a third year. They are also completely ignoring me, it seems. A little bit of light coming through the top there. I'm intrigued as to what part of Hogwarts this is. But sadly, it appears they will not, in fact, let me through. Alas. A shame indeed. Anyhow, I think it's time to move on. What could they possibly be doing with all of those beans? Will we ever know? Will they ever reveal to us what they are doing? I'm glad I went back through that part of the mission. However, I'm very, very curious as to what they could be doing. Bit of the classic music that we all know and love.
Hermione, Ron and Harry researched the secret of the Philosopher's Stone. It could produce the elixir of life, a potion that would
Indeed,
make
it
anyone
could.
immortal. No wonder someone's trying to get it. Anyone would want it, said Harry.
Quite
And now
indeed.
he suspected that the package Hagrid had taken from Gringotts contained the Philosopher's Stone. It was the Philosopher's Stone that was down the Forbidden Corridor, being guarded by whatever it was that had growled at them.
Whatever it was.
Snape's been acting very suspicious lately. He may be
Ah,
planning to
he wouldn't
steal
be too
Philosopher's
happy
Stone.
to hear them chatting
There's
about
no way
him like
Snape will try
that.
anything while Dumbledore's around.
But Dumbledore left 10 minutes ago
Reselling
from
them to
Mayfield
students
Magic in
may be.
London.
That must mean that tonight's the night. Let's
Hello,
go.
Professor. Hello there, DJ Combs. I'm a bit late today. That's alright. I was a bit late as well in starting.
What about Filch? He's always watching the Forbidden Corridor.
We'll just have to take our chances then.
It appears we're heading off to the Forbidden Corridor.
It looks like Filch is somewhere else tonight.
I hope Hermione has some way of... Not entirely sure why that just opened for them like that. Definitely a slight design flaw. I'll have to drop a quick save here, students. Although low on health indeed. Hopefully a chalky frog. Exceptionally good for us indeed, this. Who is that? That looks... it's one of the England Quidditch team members. I remember when he was a student here. He'd give Oliver Wood a run for his money with his obsession with
This way,
Quidditch
Harry.
indeed. This way.
I think this is where the growling has been coming from.
Must be indeed.
Hear that? I don't think we should go in there.
But we've got to stop Snape. Go on, Harry. We're right behind you.
Here we go. Another, I don't recall this. The moment Hagrid said this should be
Only Hagrid
part
can keep
of
this monster Fluffy.
the
I'll try the
defenses.
flute. That might put Fluffy to sleep for a while.
Do be careful.
appears we're going to have to play the flute. Ah. Oh dear. It does appear Harry Potter, is a proficient player on the flute. One head is asleep already. Let's try and get the second one to sleep now. Because of it appears Fluffy has phased into the trap door, so isn't able to actually attack us. Ah. Except from when we're close, clearly. There we are. Made it through,
You want to go first,
indeed.
Hermione? No, I don't.
Right. See you in a minute. I hope.
And off we go.
It's okay. It's a soft landing. You can jump.
Thank you indeed for the hydrate there.
Come on, Harry.
Were it so easy when you have a beard as fabulous as mine to stay hydrated? Can be quite difficult, however.
I know what this is. It's a devil's snare.
Next time I'm going to pay more attention in herbology.
Help! It's a devil's snare.
Exceedingly difficult.
Try not to get too close to those
Drinking
tentacles.
through a beard as fabulous as mine. Of course, the devil's snare. This is a very bizarre one. Quite difficult indeed to figure out where I should be throwing my incendios. Ah, there's two in the middle, getting very close. But apparently I can't seem to actually hit them. So they have got me, sadly. Very difficult to aim. Exceedingly difficult indeed. Nigh on impossible to really aim properly. Ah, it appears I can in fact just spam for the most part, which is handy indeed. Ah, oh dear, that one appears to have almost killed me. There's a lot of Incendio students. Very difficult indeed to aim in the for some of these sort of middle ones. Sadly, I whiffed that one. Need to hit at least one of these now. There we are. Just managed that one in time. Oh, there we are. Hermione has been freed. He's a straw, so I managed just about.
Close, Harry.
This way, Harry.
You see me struggle with it indeed. Oh Lord. That was a very freaky part of
You have to catch the key, Harry.
of this game indeed. The Devil's Snare was almost alien. I've lost my fez, unfortunately.
Good luck, Harry.
These things do happen, however. So where exactly am I meant to go? Ah. Is it just like, this may be ever so slightly problematic.
Ow!
I've not exactly proved myself to be particularly good. Almost had it there, but I didn't realize until it was too late. Ow. Ow, Indeed. This is a very accurate chamber to the one that Filch, not Filch, Flipwick conducted his part of the defenses. Ah, here we are. The jump key. I unfortunately missed it. I forgot which one was the jump key. When you're not trying to jump, it's not exactly easy to remember these things. Managed to get away from me this time. But not for long. I managed to cut it off. Ah, oh dear. He's managed to trick me this time. Am I not close enough to be attempting to catch it at the moment? Apparently not. Yeah, we're very, very close indeed. Ah. It appeared to never even go close to my hand then, which is very unfortunate. And does in fact confuse me quite a bit. As I was forbidden from catching the snitch due to it just never coming close to me. I may experience death by keys, students. This is not going particularly well. Ah, blast. It's just not coming to me. Oh my. But that is exceedingly frustrating. I don't know how I'm meant to catch it when it just doesn't even come my way. I don't know entirely what the game expects of me at this point. Here we are. There we go. Finally, it actually came towards my hand. And I was able to catch it. But it does appear I have died in the process. I have literally no health. How am I still alive? The design of the game is indeed lol, although quite good, to be honest, especially compared to PS2 Hagrid.
Ron's gone through to play. I hope he's all right.
I do indeed also hope Ron is alright. Oh man, the game is almost over. Do not worry about that. There are plenty more games where this one came from. In fact, I believe there are around 50 games. I don't know if it's even a good idea for me to save here, being so close to death. Ah, appears Ron has had a slight accident.
I've defeated most of the pieces.
GG, it's not quite that. Barely avoided death indeed.
Harry, you have to be careful and avoid the
He
pieces.
weakened just enough for Voldy. Oh dear.
You'll have to make the pieces fight each other in order to get across safely.
Alright, we've done something similar to this already.
Do be careful.
Let's see what happens if we just go to there for the time being. They've both blown up. This is exactly the same students to Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone on the PlayStation. The only difference being, students, of course, the graphics. I'll move on to this square in the hopes that that one destroys that one. It did indeed. You never do quite know, students. We might be able to destroy quite a few of them by moving here onto this square. Indeed we have. We might even get 4 in one. Unfortunately not. However, we'll definitely get these 2 by moving here. Destroyed. They are. Time to move on.
Come on, let's go.
Only the one this time, it seems. Hermione's very quick and ready to leave Ron behind. A shame to see. Severus's potions.
Oh no! The exit is blocked by magical fire.
Indeed
Looks
it
like you have
is,
to choose the
Hermione.
right potion. Be careful, Harry. It could be poison. This one looks like it will help us through the fire. Watch closely and keep your eye on the correct potion. Then choose wisely.
Keep my eye on the correct potion. But that was exceedingly easy, Hermione. I just need to come over here. But how do I pick up the potion?
Here it goes again.
I need to flipendo the potion, it would seem. I think I may have flipendoed the wrong one then. Because I wasn't sure what was going on. That is definitely the correct one, though. Appears to be on the move again.
It's even faster this time.
'Tis indeed, Hermione. Exceedingly fast indeed. One could easily misplace the potion. Keep an eye on it, I need to. I was about to spend time reading chat. However, that would have most certainly made me lose the potion. Alright. The other side of the table again. Let me have a glance over at the chat before I continue. Who needs Ron anyway? I'm sure Ron has many uses. I wouldn't give my Deluminator to just anyone. My oh my, Severus really has made this quite difficult indeed. But I am pretty confident in my choice.
It's the right one.
Well, you couldn't possibly know that yet, Hermione. Until I've drank it, that is.
You've got to find Snape on your own. I'll go back and help Ron. Good luck,
Hermione,
Harry.
there is still fire. Oh, it's gone. Convenient indeed. I lost it. It's all up to you, Professor. Yay, yay, indeed. I managed just about. But that last one was, in fact, not too easy. Come over here, I think. 2 chalky frogs. Just what the Saint Mungo's doctor said. A little bit of a spoiler for the confrontation, don't you think? But yes, indeed, not Severus at all. Dear oh dear. I'm not sure who installed this particular part. I don't recall being the one to install it. And yet, here we are, jumping over a massive chasm. Ah. A shame indeed. I really thought Harry would have been able to get over that. But I appear to have been incorrect. Ah. I thought he would grab hold, but alas, he did not. He managed to make it over without needing to grab hold of anything, however. Through we go. We are pretty quick, and yet Professor Quirrell has made it all the way up there. Ah, an unsolicited attack.
I wondered whether I'd be meeting you here, Potter.
Oh no, he was just closing the door.
I suppose you were expecting someone else. Well, it's me, scared, stuttering Professor Quirrell. You're far too inquisitive to remain among the living.
Far too inquisitive, it seems. What exactly are we meant to do here? Fight our way up to him, I suppose. Ah, he's going to push our boxes back. If that is all he is going to do, then we shouldn't have too much of a problem. Ah, it appears I was mistaken. He is indeed doing a little more. Do you mind? Unfortunately, I'm unable to strafe, which is a shame, as it is something I would quite like to be able to do. Ah. Indeed, I appear to have almost died. Somehow I'm alive, clinging on to the memory of life. He's extremely irritated by my being so close to him at the moment. In fact, I don't think I want to flip into it from there. Let's head on back and see if I can get one of these larger ones. At least I can use them for cover if I need to. It's a very bizarre final thing here. The keys don't attack Harry in the book, right? I'm afraid. I cannot quite remember. I don't think... No, they do not, do they? If you... Ah, that's very annoying. I'm trying to knock at a specific way... Ah, again, very frustrating of Quirrell there. Right. Well, unfortunate, as I'm trying to take it this way, you see, Quirrell. Ah, just managed in time. Once more, and we're through. Oh my. I have no idea what just happened there. I just sort of jumped across the entire way. Flipendo indeed, Harry. Let me just have a look over here. Where is my mouse? That's probably Flitwick's. They do be levitating. Hi, Professor. Hello there, and welcome to class. Harry misses the chasm. The end. Indeed, that would change things quite a bit if he slipped into a chasm. Oh, by the way, is this the US release of the game? It is not, indeed. This is the Philosopher's Stone, not the Sorcerer's Stone. I totally spaced out and missed your reply to my question about the region of the game. I did not reply until just then. We seem to have lost music. I guess, do we just climb up and go, oh, face to face with Quirrell here?
Curses, Potter!
We do
You will not
indeed.
succeed again.
We just stand right next to him as he slowly walks away. At least we have many a chalky frog. That was a very bizarre interaction with Professor Quirrell there, where he sort of just didn't quite care about our presence. Just sorted that out ever so quickly. Just so we're standing right next to him, instead of casting the killing curse, which he may have been able to do, as fear of Voldemort does often, but has been known to give people the power to cast the killing curse who might ordinarily not be able to, such as Pettigrew being able to cast it indeed. What's your thoughts on Headmaster Phineas Black back in time? He was a very absent headmaster. I did not get to know him well until, well, posthumously, of course, as the painting. The headmaster I knew best was, of course, Armando Dippet. Follow me, Harry. This is the way to your death. I do hope not, for Harry's sake. Ah. The stone has revealed itself to Harry. A very powerful enchantment.
He has the stone. Give me the stone.
It would appear Quirrell does still in fact have hair on the back of his head and along the sides there. He definitely has sideburns. So it'll be interesting to see. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. That was far scarier than anything I had envisioned. Quirrell's face without his turban was scary enough, but the neck twist was...
Maybe I can cast Flipendo on one of the pillars.
Maybe I can cast Flipendo on a pillar, says Harry. Just so casually as well. My, oh my. Students, I must say I am extremely shocked by what I have seen. I don't appear to be getting him with... Oh. With my flipendos. Ah, there we are. Wait for him to get in line with me. There he is. And then a flipendo. Sadly, that one didn't seem to get him. I'm not entirely sure as to why. Again, it sort of didn't fall in the right direction. So again, unable to get the pillar to land on him. Ah, it just didn't even move that time. There we are. We got a bit of damage indeed. That appears to follow me. I'm all out of pillars. It appears the mirror has been destroyed in some way.
You can't escape me, Potter.
That appears to only be the back of it. Can I use the mirror to... Ah. I can indeed. I'm not entirely sure what this is doing. It's firing his spell back, but not quite at him. I have flipped the mirror, it would seem. Ah. Unfortunate indeed. Aren't you technically familiar with all the headmasters thanks to the portraits in your office? I am indeed. At least all the ones who have portraits. Wow, indeed.
Give me the stone.
Baldy do not look well. Indeed, Merlin's beard.
Master, you're not strong enough. I have strength.
Look at his hair, students. He definitely has hair on the back of his head. Off goes the turban, though I don't know. And then look at his head there. Here, his chin seems to disappear. Too much unicorn blood indeed. It's a lot of fire. I wonder if it's fear in the fire. There we are, a good bit of damage indeed. See if we can do similar with this pillar. Have to wait till he's very close, otherwise it doesn't appear to work. There we are, he's in the right spot now. There we are. Oh! Sadly I got hit as well. Hopefully he's in the right spot. Ah, there we are. Now he's in the spot. Look at that. Look at the damage. I'm very happy now I figured this out, students. He'll move in a moment. Sort of mirror me there. Here we go for the flipendo. Ah. He appears to have figured out what we were doing, students. Oh dear. And has destroyed. A quick flipendo on the mirror seems to have been very helpful. But sadly, I've taken quite a beating myself. Ah, he appears to be able to shoot through the back of the pillar. Quick, quick, quick. There we are. Ah, hits himself in the face with his curse. We might be able to do this, students, although I'm on exceedingly low health. Very unfortunate, students, very close. Sadly, I wasn't able to see when he cast his spell, due to the mirror being in the way, and he is somehow able to fire his curse through the back of the mirror. Hopefully we can manage this, students, and it won't take us too much longer.
Give me the stone.
Have to watch this again and again. He says speak and then just attack straight away. This is the kind of thing that Voldemort does. Look at that, students. If that isn't nightmare fuel, I'm not sure what is. Exceedingly powerful spell there as well. I don't mean to compliment Tom, but I must admit he is rather powerful. Wait for him to get into the correct position, and then knock over the pillar. Need to try and not take any accidental damage. Oh, there we are. Good bit of damage on Voldemort there. He's in the wrong position. If he only had the intelligence to cast Flipendo on a pillar, he would easily have defeated Potter there. I'm gonna see if I can... Oh dear. Ah, oh dear indeed. Sadly, strafed right into that pillar. Not entirely sure what that spell is, but I'm not exactly happy with its use. Oh dear. Ah, that's not good at all. Right, fortunately it disappeared. Some of these seem to be homing spells, some of them not. Oh dear. Ah, straight through the mirror, as you see. Very, very dangerous indeed. I think we'll end up having to do this one again, students, which is a very, very annoying. Turned this around, but I think it's too late. Ah, maybe not. We got a nice good hit on him there. Start the spinning. Ah, it's in the wrong spot. Hopefully we can get the Flipendo here. There we are. We might be able to get this from the jaws of defeat. It's going to be extremely difficult. He can fire his spells straight through the mirror. But if we line up properly, I think we just need one more mirror spin. He's going that way. He'll stop for only a second there, fire one spell, and I believe he will move. Oh dear, oh dear. There we are, managed to get the Flipendo. Ah, there we are. Managed it with only the tiniest bit of health left. Not any health, to be honest, at all. Which is probably why Potter has fallen. Ah, but gladly I was there, within the ring of fire, watching students, waiting for my chance.
Between yourself and Professor Quirrell
is a complete secret.
So
naturally, the whole school knows.
The stone had been destroyed, but Harry remained fearful that its loss would not prevent Lord Voldemort's
We are students, we managed it.
Dumbledore nodded, sharing his concern. Nevertheless, Harry, if our battles do no more than slow Voldemort's
return, with luck, he may never regain his power at all. Which, of course, we know he will. Oh, Sarah, thank you very much for the 1,000 bits. And thank you for all the congratulations in chat, students.
When Harry entered, there was a sudden
hush.
He took a seat between Ron and Hermione, trying to ignore the
He
stares
did
of the other
indeed.
students. The House Cup, announced Dumbledore, is awarded
to the team with the most house points. At the moment, that would seem to be Slytherin. Wait, that's not Stephen Fry, no.
Broke out from the Slytherin table. However, continued Dumbledore, in recognition of Mr. Harry Potter's pure nerve and outstanding courage, I award Gryffindor 60 points.
60 points. I remember awarding those indeed.
Cheers and applause. The additional point had won the House Cup for Gryffindor.
Huzzah!
It was the best evening
Gryffindor
of Harry's
winning
life.
the House Cup.
Better than winning a
Brilliant
Quidditch,
indeed.
Christmas, or
Of
knocking
course,
out
I only
mountain
gave
trolls.
those points
You
which
would
were
never,
taken by
ever
McGonagall in the
forget
first place. So I think I was, in fact, rather fair. I guess Neville got no points. No, not this time. Ah, what is this? Are we about to find out what those two were doing with all those beans? Casting a prank on poor Severus. Maybe there's one bean. Oh my. Oh my goodness. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant by Fred and George Weasley after Severus's actions that term. Dear oh dear. A rather hilarious prank. A hilarious prank indeed. To unlock this Secret Wizard card, collect 24 cards and 250 Bertie Bott's beans. Then defeat he who must not be named. So sadly we missed out on a few cards here and there. But of course we got me myself. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Question mark. To present. Very bizarre indeed. I think we did very well indeed, students. I think we did very well indeed. I believe it's not Stephen Fry narrating this one. I'm not sure which one he does narrate. I think he narrates The Chamber of Secrets and PS1, a PS2, an Xbox Philosopher's Stone. Although I'm not entirely sure. Thank you again, Sarah, for the 1,000 bits. I'm afraid I was distracted by the end of the game. And trying to see what was to be seen. So I didn't react accordingly. Or with enough gratitude. What exactly am I meant to do now? I am stuck within my folio magi. Can I escape? Ah, there we are. I can. Fortunate indeed. I wasn't sure what was going on. It's not very secret, is it? Was it Harry Potter? Have I missed something there? I think. Who's Neville? No such student in this school, according to the game indeed. We haven't seen Neville once in this version of the game. Look at all the people here, my goodness. Bizarre that there is no sound with the credits. We have someone there for sound design, but clearly must have run out of time when it got to the sound design of the credits. A shame indeed. Many people to thank. Look at all of these names. What I find rather bizarre is there's an initial list of credits, and then that's followed up by a list of EA credits, of which some people appear in the EA credits whose jobs you would have thought were done by the others, like the sound design person was not listed as composing the music. That appears to be Jeremy Soule. However, he was listed as a composer in one of the other games. Very bizarre. Credits music might just be broken indeed. That is possible as well. Are there any other little tidbits of interesting information hidden in the credits? It doesn't appear this time there is. Another tongue. London. Oh, interesting. A voice actor, agent. Not heard of those, I don't think. UK and US voice talent. Interesting. Got some special thanks. Not just a standard thanks, no, a very special thanks indeed. So many people indeed there are. And here we are, coming towards the end of the credits. We've already had a little extra scene, I believe, with Fred and George Weasley. What a treat that scene was, students. PC team credits. Have we not already had all of these? It appears not. Are we just going for composer Jeremy Soule this time? Very bizarre. The credits for each of these games seem to be slightly different in how they handle crediting the people who worked on the games. You'd have thought EA, or at least Warner Brothers, would have set some sort of standard. Now we have sound design that Mark Yiend again. So what exactly, where did his job end and Jeremy Soule's begin? I know none of you students are probably interested in this at all, so I apologize for harping on about it. But the Muggle is in the midst of making a rather in-depth video. So it would be nice to know some of these cheeky little quirks, you know. Shall we try and collect all the cards in the PC Chamber of Secrets? Gosh, I'm not sure we'll be able to do that. Of course, I wouldn't want to attempt to use any sort of walkthrough. So I could imagine it taking quite a long time. Music composed and performed by Jeremy Soule. His name has appeared multiple times. And yet, it's quite different for the PS1 version, even though I'm sure that the music is the same for both. Yes, I feel like if we tried to collect all the cards for the PC Chamber of Secrets, there will be some exceedingly long streams. Another tongue has appeared again. Are the credits just repeating? I think they may be. What's your favorite novel out of the series? My favorite novel, well, I know Harry wrote a bunch of books about his time at Hogwarts. I believe he his best one was probably just the first one. There's a nice bit of magic to it. The difference, you know, it's new. We're definitely going through the credits multiple times. Probably not. You can buy out the cards you missed. Students trade beans for those. Well, maybe it will be possible. Soule technically composed music for multiple versions, so he probably didn't work on any of the games specifically. True, indeed. But he also didn't compose all of the music. Pardon me. clear themes throughout the 5 Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stones, even though Jeremy Soule is not credited as a composer for the handheld versions. One of the pieces of music, I believe, appears on all of them. So I'm not entirely sure who composed that one. Very difficult to figure it out. There's a whole Reddit thread on it. Anywho, probably not. You can buy out the cards you missed. Students trade beans for those. That would be handy indeed. My latest playthrough didn't really take any extra time. Good indeed. He didn't. The soundtrack is rather short, and his music style is usually very specific. Except the Game Boy version probably had someone else working on it. There was a Game Boy Advanced version and a Game Boy Color version. They had, I believe, the same tracks, just generated differently. Imagine remakes of these games once the TV show comes out. I don't know if there will really be remakes of these games. Well, they might. I suppose they would be, wouldn't they? They would be complete reimaginings, as things can be done very differently nowadays. So yes, that could be very intriguing. Although, I can't really think of many franchises that have oh, I just had the word and now I seem to have lost it. What was that word? That have... Oh, blast. I appear to have suddenly forgot the word I was about to say. I'm sure it will pop back into my head next dream or something. Probably not, since Legacy is taking reign indeed. I hope the next version of Hogwarts Legacy is an improvement on the last. Some mobile slop, perhaps. Well, hopefully not. Hopefully it isn't. You'd happily play it. Ah, well, maybe not slop then. What is that word? I can't remember the word. I was something like, not many movies have games accompanying them these days. Blast. Ah well. Such as when the Muggle was telling me that when all the Star Wars prequels came out, they had tie-in games come out at the same time, and same with the Harry Potter games. But it doesn't appear many do these days. Tie-ins, that's the one. I don't think, well, it might not have been the one, but it works nonetheless. Ah, we've got music again, at least. That's very good to hear. Was it maybe it was tie-ins. It's hard to say now, really. Right. Let's have a quick look over here. We can play Quidditch. Oh dear. Welcome to the Hogwarts Expedition Quidditch League. Here are the rules. You must play each of the Hogwarts house teams twice in each match. The team to catch the snitch wins. After completing your 6 matches, the 2 teams with the most wins will play one another in the final. The winner of the final will be crowned Quidditch champion. Good luck, Harry, and may the best team win. Oh dear, have we got to do a bit of this now? You've recently read an article on those. There were like 50 games in the span of 4 years. Indeed. It was a big time for gaming, and some of them were very good. all sorts of games too, indeed. Are you on about specifically Harry Potter games, DJ? Because if you are, early next year, there's going to be a piece of content from the Muggle that you might enjoy. Now, you mentioned the Star Wars prequels. I refer to those. Ah, indeed. The Muggle wants to play some of those games as well. The Muggle has a lot of nostalgia for a few of the random ones. Star Wars Obi-Wan, I believe, is one that the Muggle played exceedingly frequently in his youth, and is kind of drawn to some of those nostalgic sort of games of the early 2000s. He's referred to something known as a KOTOR, or whatever that is before. Anyhow. Alright, round one. Oh dear, oh gosh. It's loud indeed.
Quidditch match. It's Gryffindor versus Slytherin. Nice block.
Oh, young Muggle Ray. Who, pray tell, is that Muggle?
Is that the snitch?
That's a good one, KOTOR. Apparently it is indeed. I, of course, wouldn't know, being the headmaster of Hogwarts and such. Not entirely sure why I'm putting myself through this. I think I've made it clear how much I despise Quidditch in almost all its forms. What is going on with that chap who's sort of hanging off his broom? I've completely lost the snitch. That is not the snitch. What is... that isn't the snitch. Ah, that's the quaffle. I was chasing the quaffle for time then. Very silly of me. Look at the way he's riding on his broom, whoever that is.
Stay on target. Harry Potter closes in on the snitch.
There we go. Ah, a shade. There we go. Just about managed to get it there. Speaking of other great tie-ins, there's a game on Peter Jackson's King Kong, which is an absolute blast. Ah. The Horn of Gondor. Goodness. The Slytherin hanging off the broom. I know. What exactly was that Slytherin doing? It appears Hufflepuff are currently in the lead. They do have an exceptionally talented sneaker. Gosh, yes, it is quite a wild horn.
Quidditch match. It's Gryffindor versus Ravenclaw.
Alright. Need to go and beat Ravenclaw not being chased by a bludger. That's not very good. Ah, there it is. This is pre-Chang, I believe. What is going on? I think I got kicked. Why exactly are they riding their brooms like that? This snitch is being exceedingly difficult to catch. Oh dear, was very close to catching it then. Not entirely sure where it's gone. Ah, there it is. Lost all of my progress, unfortunately. Again, I've been sort of kicked or something. I'm not capable of doing that myself, unfortunately. That's not the snitch. Ah, there's the snitch. Ah, again. It's exceedingly irritating that, unfortunately, I'm unable to replicate what they're doing to me. when they sort of do this weird hanging trick.
Unsuccessful.
Probably about to happen again.
Come on, Gryffindor! Oh, sorry, Professor. Harry Potter closes in on the snitch.
And here we go. There we go. Don't think I deserved that one then. Fascinating that the brooms have shadows, but wizards riding them don't.
Signing off.
Weird indeed. I think you got hit by a bludger, oh dear. The developers were being cheeky with that animation. A strange one. The horn again.
Welcome to today's Quidditch match.
Hello there, Lee.
Gryffindor versus Hufflepuff.
Right, Hufflepuff, I believe, are in the lead. Or they were in the lead. They won't be after this. Alright, this time we are up against Cedric Diggory. I'm not entirely sure who the other seekers are at this stage. Obviously, this is before Draco Malfoy and before Cho Chang. Well, it might not. I'm not entirely sure. Cho Chang, I believe, was a second year. Or was she? I've taught many students. Oftentimes, it gets hard to remember exactly when people were at Hogwarts and when they weren't. Cedric's doing some weird broom hanging. I seem to have been hit by something.
He's getting closer. I've never seen such flying.
Where did it go? It's very difficult to find whenever it goes off.
Come on, Gryffindor! Oh, sorry, Professor. The crowd is on its feet. Come on, Harry Potter. Harry Potter closes in on the snitch.
Dear.
No! Potter's moving in.
I'm not entirely sure why Lee Jordan was screaming no then. I think that might have got Cedric for a moment. Oh, so very close. Turned again. Very difficult, this snitch.
Potter's gaining. No, the snitch got away. Oh, that was
There we are. Blast.
Potter is so close.
There we go. A shame indeed. I thought I had that one.
Dodges a speeding bludger.
But we're very close again. Which way has it gone? That way.
Amazing skill. A near miss.
And then this way. Aye.
Come on, Harry.
Lost all my progress, unfortunately, and then get hit by someone. Aye. Oh, and then a thing. Fortunately, Cedric is just as bad as me.
Bludger. Ow.
And a bludger. Oh dear.
He's after the snitch. Oh. Here comes the bludger. I've never seen such flying. He's getting closer. Come on, Gryffindor. Oh,
Oh dear. He's fallen off his broom again.
stay with it, Harry. This is amazing.
Is it amazingly?
Come on, Harry Potter.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Potter is so close. Oh, that was close.
Dear. Bad time to be hit by the bludger.
Those seekers go.
Ooh, ought to hit those as well. I thought I'd phase through them.
Skill.
I was exceedingly wrong.
Dodges a speeding bludger.
I might fail to win this one. Unfortunately, I think I'm about to die.
Sorry, Professor.
Yeah, there we go.
Going
Fallen off my broom.
in. My name's Lee.
Apparently we just start again if someone falls off their broom. Professor, I just read an article about a petition against making Hogwarts Legacy 2 a live service game. What are your thoughts about an MMORPG Harry Potter game? a little bit. I don't know. I'd say
Look at
I'm
Potter go! He's after the snitch! Oh!
maybe indifferent. I've had a really bad run of being hit by the bludger there.
Potter's gaining! Stay on target. Wonderful!
There we are. Finally managed to catch it.
Gryffindor
I
wins!
suppose it depends. I think it could very much work, indeed. I really do think it could work. Because of course there are so many students at Hogwarts. And then it sort of stops the super overpowered student angle. If the students a little bit, just a little bit less special, but special in a bad way. Of course, I want every student is special indeed. Every student is unique. But the new 5th year, who was in 7th year when I started at Hogwarts myself, with the ancient magic and such, was rather overpowered, and I felt like just ever so slightly shoehorned in to the world of the wizarding world a little bit. If that makes any sense. So maybe a live service game where everyone is their own student and mayhaps makes up their own backstory would add to the immersion. And also that could cheapen any sort of quests as well. It really is quite a give and take.
It's Gryffindor versus Slytherin. There's the snitch!
And I think better people than me, smarter people than me, should be making that decision. Alright, ooh, I'm having a rough start to this game.
Potter! Dodges a speeding bludger.
How brilliant would it be if we just caught it in one, students?
Potter's moving in. Bludger!
Unfortunately not today.
Here comes the Slytherin sorter. Harry Potter
Where'd
closes
it
in
go?
on the
There
snitch.
it is.
Oh, he's lost it. Stay on target.
Almost got hit by a bludger there.
The crowd is on its feet. Come on, Harry Potter. Ah! Look at Potter go. He turns. He
Oh
misses.
dear, I've been kicked. Oh, that's very unfortunate.
I've seen such flying.
Lost all my progress. It's when you get hit by a bludger or a player. Well, I think just a player, in fact.
Here comes the
You can't move left and right, so you just sort of go forwards, which is why I keep randomly going forwards, students, and
getting closer.
hitting walls and things.
Come on, Gryffindor. Oh,
I know I'm not the best at flying, but I am.
snitch.
Oh, I really have lost the snitch.
Here comes the
Better than
Gryffindor
that.
seeker. Potter's gaining. This is amazing. A near miss for Potter. No, the snitch got away.
The snitch has not quite got away yet,
Moving in.
Lee.
Harry Potter closes in on the snitch.
Right, I think it has now. It's probably safe. Actually, maybe not.
Sorry, Professor. Bludger! Here comes the
Oh
bludger!
dear, the bludger managed to avoid it.
Oh, that was close.
I'm not entirely sure how where the snitch has
Come on,
gone.
Potter. Don't give up now.
All the way over there.
Dodges a speeding bludger. Look at Potter go. He's after the snitch. Potter is so close.
Come on, here we are.
A near miss for Potter. The crowd is on its feet.
Ah.
Come on, Harry Potter. Ugh. Look at
Oh
Potter
dear.
go.
Bad time to be hit by the other player.
Take us go. Stay with it, Harry. Oh, hard luck, Gryffindor. What? He's getting closer.
Very unfortunate. Just manages to get away from me in the nick of time.
Bludger. Oh, that was close.
There we are.
Amazing skill.
There we go. Just about managed to get it there. Professor, that's my grandmother's weave on your face. Dear, oh dear. Good evening, Professor. Good evening to you as well. But I do not appreciate you disrespecting my rather glorious beard. It is quite a phenomenal beard indeed. I think it'd be fun to play it with other Hogwarts students and developing your own magic specialities, charms, defense, healing, etc. Indeed. I would very much like Hogwarts Legacy 2 to give us a bit more life, a bit more longevity to the game. Maybe there's ways, you know, when we go back and replay it, the world is a bit more different depending on our actions. It does seem like some of our actions don't mean too much in the grand scheme of things. Oh dear. Oh, very unfortunate bludger there. Had a lot of progress and it's all gone. Oh my. Almost got double beaten there. Double bludgered. Bludger right behind me. Where'd it go? Where did it go? How on earth did that happen? It's got all the way over there. Here we are, he's getting closer indeed. There we go. Oh, just about. And caught it. Very good indeed. Tremendous. It looks better on you, Professor, that's for sure. Dear oh dear. Dear oh dear. I think I messed up my playthrough of Legacy. I can't beat the last Ranrock mission. I've totally given up. Oh dear. It's a shame indeed. Last Ranrock mission. Gosh, what is that? Is that with the trolls? I struggle to remember now. That's a shame to see, to hear anyway. Oh dear. Where is? There we are. I don't think we need to win this one, but I also don't think it's possible to lose. It's just a matter of whether you die before you catch the snitch or not. Oh, there we are. Exceedingly good. Look at that, students. Managed to catch it immediately. There we are. Oh, rather perfect indeed. Look at that. 6 wins. Even if we lost that one, we may have still won. In fact, I don't think we would have. Looking at the points, Hufflepuff were quite close. We did need to secure the win against Hufflepuff there. GG's. Well, thank you very much. There we are. Wait. What? I thought we only had to play. Why are we playing Hufflepuff again? Have I missed something? I really did not want to play this again. goodness, that bludger is very determined to bludge me, as it were.
Comes Potter! Potter is so close! This is amazing!
Dear oh
Come
dear.
on, Gryffindor! Oh, sorry, Professor. Oh, he'll feel that tomorrow! Amazing skill! A near miss of Potter! I've never seen such flying! Look at Potter go!
Oh dear, hit by a bludger. Or something, anyway.
Come on,
Lost all my progress.
Sorry, Professor.
I thought I only had to play each team twice,
He turns.
so I'm a little perturbed to have to play them again.
Potter's gaining. Here comes the plunger.
Because it's not exactly a very fun experience, students. It is the exact same thing again and again.
Potter is so close. The crowd is on its feet. Come on, Harry Potter. Oh,
Oh dear.
Potter's moving in. A near miss of Potter. This is amazing. Stay on target. Come on, Gryffindor. Oh, sorry, Professor. Oh, that was close. He's getting closer.
Oh dear, will I ever catch this snitch?
Amazing skill. Stay with it, Harry. I've never seen
Were it
such
so easy,
flying.
Lee. Were it so easy.
Harry,
Dear oh dear.
Harry Potter closes in on the snitch. Look at those seekers go. Look at Potter go.
It's very close, but sadly
Potter's gaining.
not close enough. Ah, unfortunate indeed. Dear oh dear, this is exceedingly tedious. Can't believe I'm having to do this again.
A near miss of Potter. That's gotta hurt.
And by again, I mean for a third time.
Come on, Gryffindor. Oh, sorry.
Oh dear, I really thought I had it then.
Potter's moving in. Unsuccessful. Stay on target. He's getting closer. Ah! Here comes the
Exceedingly
plunger.
fun, whoever developed this
Oh, that was close. Amazing skill.
is...
Stay with it, Harry. Dodges a speeding Roger.
is probably a fine person.
Roger. Harry Potter closes in on the snitch.
I'm merely getting rather vexed by my inability to acquire the snitch.
Sorry, Professor. Look at those seekers go. Potter is so close. This is amazing. Come on, Gryffindor. Oh, sorry, Professor. Look at
There we
Potter
are.
go.
And... Ah,
Here
I
comes
didn't
the
manage to
seeker.
catch it, unfortunately. I was only given a very short opportunity.
Potter, don't give up now.
Very unfortunate. I'm not entirely sure why.
It's a Gryffindor seeker. Amazing skill. Potter's gaining. I've never seen such flying.
Ah,
Yeah!
there we are. Managed to catch it.
Potter brings it home for Gryffindor.
Dear oh dear, hopefully this won't go on much longer.
Wonderful.
I really do hope so. I think you're playing in the finals right now, if I remember correctly. The top two teams compete in the end. Ah, slides into class silently. I've been here the whole time. I'm sure you have. Yay, yay indeed. Ah, there we are, the final result. Thank goodness we only had to play that one more time. I would have been exceedingly unhappy. There we are. And now I can consider this game entirely complete. other than one or two missing chocolate frogs. But we don't count those, students. We do not count those, I'm afraid. Alright, students. Where am I heading? Here we go. Yeah, bravo. Well, thank you very much. Congratulations, sir, once again. Thank you indeed. Alright, students, we have done it. We've completed yet another game. This time, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone for the PC. What a great game, especially when the one thing went off and the other thing. Totally been here all class, I'm sure you have. Dear oh dear, completely missed my victory over he who must not be named. A shame indeed. Well, alas, students, I do apologize, but it is that time of the stream. I know it has only been a short one, I'm afraid, but it is late. We have gone on ever so slightly later than I would have initially liked. There you can defeat him again. Ash adds grass to their cauldron, and they summoned the Dark Lord. Despicable behavior, as Severus would say. That is rather despicable indeed. Alas, no time to defeat the Dark Lord right now, although I'm sure we'll have to defeat him once again in a future game. I think, students, that is it for now. But fear not, as I'm sure I will return at some point. But next stream, we need to figure out, in fact, between ourselves, who will be taking you for your next class. Whether Severus will be back with a particular game, or whether we'll have someone entirely new coming to teach you with an entirely new game. Have we played Prisoner of Azkaban, PS2? We have, indeed. We have played that. Professor Lupin played it, as it is the same as the Xbox version. The PS2 version and the Xbox version are in fact the same game. However, someone does in fact need to play the PC version of that game, which is completely different. Well, now what am I supposed to do with him? He's creepy. I have no idea. You'll have to find his Horcruxes and destroy them yourselves, I'm afraid, Ash. Sirius Black said despicable behavior. Did I say Sirius Black? I thought I said Severus. But who knows? I may have accidentally said Sirius indeed instead of Severus. A shame. Well, not a shame, but that one was my first PS2 game ever. It's a good game indeed, I think. Although some parts were ever so slightly on the tedious side, according to Professor Lupin. In fact, no. He would probably take that back. He probably was referring to a different game. I think it was alright, from what I remember of him saying. We'll have to recheck the footage, see whether he needs to play it again or not. Good night, sir, and chat, good night to you. Alright, students. You put him under Ronald's bed, oh dear, indeed. Right, students, thank you all very much. Thank you all very much for attending class today. I'm glad we were able to beat another game and defeat the Dark Lord once again. Thank you all indeed for being here. Thank you to any new followers and subscribers, of course. Very much appreciated. We did have a few sneaky new followers, which is very nice to see indeed, and even a hype train. Wonderful indeed. Professor Snape takes 32 points from Hufflepuff. Oh dear. Oh dear indeed. Well, thank you very much, students. There will be a stream on Thursday, although who will be taking the class, I do not quite know yet. Thank you all very much for being here. Good night to you all. Have a good rest of your week. A great rest of your week. Remember, happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if one only remembers to turn on the light. And of course, students, class dismissed.